right, welcome back to another episode of the High Performance Podcast. It's just me and Jacob today because Harvey is on tour. I mean, Harvey's on tour on a regular basis and still shows up for the podcast, but he is extra on tour today. That's why he's not here. I think he's actually down your way. He's got a show tonight.
Oh, he's already in Melbourne. Wow. Okay.
I believe he's in Melbourne. That's maybe why he was hitting you up, seeing if you wanted to put a hinge date on the door for his show tonight somewhere down in Melbourne. So see how he goes with that. But I'm back from Bali. I'm actually going to stay in the country for the foreseeable future because I want to build up some face-to-face business. I've got some I got an elite fucking prospect. Nice. I got a lead off the gym owner because the fucking warehouse website gets a fucking decent amount of traffic. And because I'm the weightlifting coach there, so I get all those inquiries. And some 16-year-old Samoan kid, he had a horrific football accident last year, so he broke his leg. So his mum's like, mate, you're not playing footy again. I can't go through that again. And it was his idea. He was like, what about Olympic weightlifting? Like, can you find me an Olympic weightlifting coach? So that's just fallen in my lap. Sorry, he plays representative rugby union and representative rugby league. And I'm like, I'm like absolutely salivating at this news. So obviously I need to not get ahead of myself. Like I might put him through his first weightlifting session and he might be like, I hate this cunt. Like, mum, I'm never coming back. I never want to touch a barbell again, let alone be in a room with this guy. But I'm hoping I'll be able to.
Highly unlikely.
Like I said, this is not like his mum grabbing him by the ear and being like, you're not playing rugby league again. It's him being like, well, fuck, now that I've recovered from this horrific incident, maybe I'd like to give Olympic weightlifting a go. It was definitely his idea. So
imagine 5 years of coaching, 21 years old.
I'm imagining 7 years of coaching, Brisbane 2032. But that's also why I need to shut the fuck up. It's like, let's just focus on getting the kid to enjoy Olympic lifting. Like fucking, he'll probably quit Olympic weightlifting fucking 6
Something about
before
16-year-old Samoans in their school uniform just benching anything double body weight of me with no practice. Just
could be hectic.
Just cause.
Could be fucking hectic.
It's crazy.
So I'm pretty G'd up about that potential. And like I said, just to be at the gym for a couple of months back to back and just show my face a little bit more, sticking my posters up. Because that's the other thing. It's not just with the free weightlifting club on Saturdays, which I've been doing. But then also I've been talking about starting up like a bit of a running club, like not like a fucking typical, like, let's go crush out a cruisy 5K sort of run club, but more the whole, like, let's prove our acceleration and max velocity sort of run club. And there's been heaps of interest around that. Again, I just didn't want to start it and then sort of fuck off to Bali. So now that I'm back, going to make the posters for both of those things, hang them all up around the gym, get WhatsApp groups going so that we can communicate as a group and be like, when are we actually going to, you know, what times does... Because I want to work around other people. Whenever the most people can make it, that's where I want to put the running session. Like the free weightlifting club, that's staying on Saturdays because I do think that is the time that works for a bunch of people. But I've got to find some time in the midweek because I don't want to do sprint club on a Sunday because then I'm committing to having scheduled work on both the days of the weekend and just thinking about future Angus. I don't know if that's something he wants to commit to. So I just got to find a midweek slot. What other updates do I have? Jake, we'll bounce over to you in a second. I just need to do a bit of a mind dump. Sacked off more one-to-one clients, so I'm down to like a 3-man roster, which is just like, dude, Mondays. No, just like...
How did that happen? Holy shit. That's a culling.
Just...
If I've seen it.
I just don't feel like doing one-to-one online coaching much. You know what I am liking? I'm liking the training team. Also, for the love of God, I mean, I don't know how many of the people who are doing this are listening to the podcast right now. Hopefully a few of them. People, please stop filling in my one-to-one coaching application. It's for, I should write a note on it. It's like, only do this if you think you're going to be an Olympian. Otherwise, I'm just going to try to sell you the training team. The training team is fucking phenomenal. Everyone in there is crushing PBs, okay? It's going to cost you like $150 a week minimum to get me to train you one-to-one, and I won't be that enthusiastic about it. I mean, I'm just not going to do it because you're not meant to train people unless you're enthusiastic about it. just sign up to the training team. You'll make great gains. Like the amount of people on the inquiry form where it's like, 2 to 5 years general strength training experience, just looking to integrate some plyos, sprinting, and Olympic weightlifting in my training.
That's the program.
Looking for a 4-day split. I'm like, you can get that for $1 a day. You can get that. You can get as much feedback as, and like I said, there's heaps of people jumping on that. It's just, I'm the dickhead who has the inquiry form in my link in my bio when I don't have slots open for coaching. I don't want to take it out of there because I'm like, well, what if the fucking next LeBron James is looking for an S&C? Because every now and then we get that kind of thing. I guess I just need to write on the form like who the one-to-one coaching is for. Also, in 6 months, I might have time. I have the time. What am I saying? In 6 months, I might get fired up about one-to-one online coaching again. I'm not sure about that. Like, because again, I'm just loving pushing the team training, just loving making content and stuff like that. And I'm absolutely loving not waking up on a Monday, having a billion check-ins to do. Like, that's a great way to fuck up the start of your week. It's like I roll out of bed, bang out 3 programs, and then I skip to the fucking gym. I don't use
Sunday night scaries with programming. It's like,
no, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen anymore because again, I'm just in my daily routine. There's no like sledgehammer of check-ins to chop through. There's coaches rolling their eyes right now, be like, "He doesn't have the systems. He doesn't have the systems." I don't need to make one-to-one online coaching work, so I'm not making it work. If I needed to make it work, I would make it work. I'm focused on other things before any of these fucking systems fucking guys be like, "It's fucking systems. Oh, you got to stagger the check-ins throughout the week." No, that just fucks up my whole week. I will just train cunts in a team. So when I get back to one cunt, I'm getting given advice effectively to over 100 lifters or athletes.
True. I didn't actually think of it like that.
Fucking ripping in. No, 100%. Like the community-based thing, it's an absolute vibe. It's sort of interesting because again, I find myself often giving the opposite advice to a lot of the coaches in the GPP level. Not all of them, just like there's a section of the GPP level 1 coaches where they're quite new and they still don't have their own roster of clients. They're like under 10 online clients sort of thing. And they're like, when should I do my team offering? I'm like, when are you getting fucking 70 leads a week? Like we get a ridiculous amount of lead gen a week. That's why I can make the team training work. Like if you are under 20 clients, this is just for anyone listening. Like, because I think a lot of coaches, they just mimic what they see other successful coaches that they look up to are doing. Don't try to mimic my business model unless you are getting fucking leads raining from the sky. If you're the kind of person where your heart rate spikes every time you get a lead or anytime you get an inquiry, again, just focus on filling your one-to-one books, get your revenue good. I'm doing B2B, I'm doing D2C, like community-based programming because I have a fuck ton of leads. And I don't need to maximize the fucking lifetime revenue of every single lead that comes in. I mean, I'm actively reducing it just because I'm more focused on like how I want to work, in what capacity do I want to train people, which turns out is very selectively. My own training, which obviously I'm running the team program, I'm fucking crushing it right now. I think I'm going to get this 200 kilo squat in the next couple of weeks. I put it on my back today, which was the worst idea. I hit like a kind of quick 180 kilo squat. I was meant to be hitting moderate doubles. So I fucking just... like when I say I'm on the team program, I'm running it so poorly. No, I'm not. I'm fairly consistent. I just tend to overshoot any of the barbell work, any and all of the barbell sets. I didn't overshoot bench today, actually. That was a win. I didn't overshoot the cleans today either. I actually hung in the pocket. Because I overshot hard on fucking Monday. I don't get scared. It doesn't work like that. I'm so
all right.
I just needed to shake hands with the weight. I didn't. That's such a fucking lifetime intermediate thing to say.
So what did you actually do? You put it on your back and you just stood there and you're like, fuck this.
No, I took it to the bottom and I was just like, I don't know what this is going to feel like.
Dead under.
So I just bailed on it. The mental conflict I am having now is like if I just kept things going the way they're going with less overshooting, like just actually sticking to the program that I write. Fuck me, right? I would hit it in the next 6 weeks. It's just that I've left all of my longer running for track season way too late. And I want to start looking at tapering down my body weight because I know because a little bit of an update. Your boy's 87.5 kilos. Looking the goods, like looking absolutely stacked. I just know that I'm not going to run lifetime PBs this season if I stay above 86 kilos. Like, I think I need to get down to at least 83. I mean, honestly, if you are Angus, your only priority is running quick this season, I would honestly probably try to slowly get down to like pretty close to 80 kilos, just because that would be a pretty shredded 80 kilos, and that'd be running nice and quick. I just don't want to be 87. Like I said, I'll be much more, because the running will start to feel a lot better when I'm even like just like 83, 84 kilos. 87's a little bit silly, but your 87 kilos does help with just squats feel fucking amazing. So that's why. And again, I'll probably hit 200 kilos at some point later in the season if I taper down the weight, but I'm just like, a bit of cushion for the pushing. If I can bang out a 200 kilo squat in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be fucking stoked. And like, again, like I think I can get the job done. Then if I get it done, then it's like, I mean, I hit my lifting goals for the year. The lifting goals for the year were 120 kilo bench and 140 kilo clean. I've done both of those, but then the side quests, I'm always cooking up the side quests. That's why I usually don't hit my main goals.
I feel like it's right there for you to not do it. Like it's right there.
Yeah.
Like there's not much effort and revolution in your training that you need to do to get there.
Hopefully not. Really. But then again, like there's another spanner in the works. Like I have added in some extensive tempo work this week, just sort of like to build into some longer sort of sprints. So did my first tempo session with Sam Tolman. So that was 7 laps of the 400 meter track, walking the bends, like real slow walking, not like I have somewhere to be, but as if, like a student who's like trying to not get to class on time, like that sort of walking pace, like really like putting your heel directly in front of the toe of the other leg. No, just like very short little steps, just like literally barely 1 foot in front of the other. So walking the bends at that pace, and then just sort of real tempo sort of strides on the straights. We crush out 7 laps of that, and it's feeling all right. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's in the back of my mind. I'm just like, fuck.
I've actually been doing the same thing.
Really put the foot down. How quick am I going to go? Yeah, you were saying some crazy things. I'm going to throw it to you in a second, but I'm going to throw it to you right now. Because there's a couple of coaches in the GPP level 1 community who've been like, oh, I could run a faster 400 than you. This was said like 6 weeks ago. Guess how many of them have done it? Fucking 0. Sub
What's 60, your PB?
It's like 57 high, which like to me, that's a solid 400. Again, being that there's a decent amount of like athletic specimens in the GPP level 1 coaching community, none of them have done it. I reckon there's probably a few people on the GPP training team who could drop me on a 400 meter.
How did you time that?
I got my girlfriend at the time to stand in the middle of the oval and just rotate.
Okay.
No, because yes, it's like, it's a tricky thing to capture. Like, again, you can just fucking have it at the start and finish line, and then just like in theory, start and finish will be in the frame. But it's like, what's the proof that you didn't just like cut halfway across the oval?
True.
Whereas mine was the whole thing. I'm in frame the whole fucking time. It's a legit one. Well, it's not fucking competition timed, but you can work it out pretty easily when you just look at the time of the video. Because you were saying, what did you actually hit a sub 60 400 on the back end of a conditioning session?
Yeah. To crazy. Be fair, it was all on my watch. So yeah. I don't know how accurate the watch is.
It's pretty fucking hectic. A watch was a watch.
Yeah. Yep.
You gotta do I don't know. Who could you get to stand in the middle of the oval and film you?
Oh, my mum, probably. I got to do it.
Yeah. Just tell the mum, I need you to fucking film me doing something, and just rip a 400. It's fucking brutal, though, bringing someone to watch you do a 400. I mean, it's necessary. It's just brutal running a 400. It's fucking tough.
Yeah.
Let's get into... sorry, go.
Yeah, I don't know.
More training updates?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
You going to crush a 100 kilo bench or what?
Yeah, hopefully, maybe. I don't know. But my mileage is up quite a bit this week. actually tapering to test my mile again, see how I'm going. I'm hoping for a 5-minute 20. My body weight has only dropped probably a couple kilos, so 5:20 would be great. Tracking.
How much zone 3 do you crush? But like, see, this is the thing. You can actually run and accumulate a decent amount of mileage. One, because you are fit. So you can, your zone 2 pace isn't dog shit. And you also have a fair bit of time to train.
Yes. Yeah. So
you're a good candidate for zone 2 running in theory. But yeah, do you flirt with much zone 3, or are you a big polarized dog?
No, if I literally like can't be fucked doing an extra zone 2 session, I'll just make my long run zone 3. And I'll call it a day there. That's fine. It's more than enough fitness I need. But I actually need to pull back. My problem is pulling back into zone 2. So my brain sometimes just wants to be in zone 3. I think zone 3 is just better. I just feel like zone 2 is a waste of time. When I know it's not, but when you're in there,
it's not a waste of time. But it's one of those things where it's just like, how much time do I want to spend doing this? Where a lot of people could just bump it up to zone 3, get the job done quicker. I think again, honestly, you can tell who actually coaches people, because there are a couple of coaches who go, "Oh, zone 3 will generate too much fatigue." I'm like, fucking who? Your client who trains like 2 hours total a week, running a 27-minute 5K. It's like, look, that's like, no, that's fitness they're generating in zone 3. You idiot! Like,
my busy clients.
You look at who people are training when they shit on zone 3. I'm like, nah, because I've got a bit of a section. We've got to get into the music picks for the week, because I really want to lead the show with that before we unpack too much of this training in no man's land business, because there's a couple of different
other things to say
zone 3 equivalents.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jeremy Borzillo, who sponsors this segment of the podcast. Handsomely sponsors it. I mean, this is always in my rotation, but it's been in my rotation extra hard this last week. Digital Love by Daft Punk. Phenomenal track. Ooh. Phenomenal vibes. Also been listening to, I wouldn't say an embarrassing amount of Toto, but like bordering on it this week, because I really loving previously Rosanna, but like Hold the Line has just got me in a chokehold this week. And that's basically it, honestly. I mean, a bit of cut copy, lights and music. I think I've given that a shout out before. I think I'm just going to leave it at that for this week. So like I said, not a super interesting week on the earbuds. Here's another thing though. I will say my AirPods are about shit themselves. So if I replace my AirPods this week, I'll probably listen to music more frequently. I'll probably have more tracks to recommend. I'm just going to leave it as that, because I do want quality.
Yeah, I've been rocking the wide earphones as well, because I'll tell you, also my AirPod fell out as I was doing a long run, so that's another reason why you don't do long runs. Is too much opportunity for your AirPod to fall into a river. Anyway,
I saw that. Yeah, that's fucking tough.
Yeah, I've been actually listening to some
getting
house
you through
music.
your long runs. Yeah, nice
house music, just a bit of house music, just something calm. It doesn't need to be music. Doesn't need to be just like. Fueling your ADHD, right? It can just be nice and calm and mellow, repetitive. Like, it's okay. Back in the day, I'm like, shit needs to be happening. This amount of music, instruments here, there, everywhere. But
no, yeah, sometimes you just need like a 7-minute vibe. Like, I think trance is really good for that, as the name suggests.
So something calm, and then really random pick I have been listening to is a lot of Crowded House.
No, they're good, man. The Crowded House are amazing.
And I didn't know they're New Zealand. Yeah. They're New Zealand.
I think they're a band that we claim, right?
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, doesn't it?
Wait, Crowded House.
Let's double check.
Triple J hottest 100 Aussie songs of all time.
No, that was In Excess.
Crowded House were up there. You're right. They definitely Australian - New Zealand. Yeah, so we definitely claimed them.
Oh, that's so dirty, man.
Bro, they formed in Melbourne in 1985.
Oh, okay. No, but who gives a fuck where they formed? Where are they from? Right? I guess you can say that with the
then we
same
lose
athletes.
AC/DC.
Oh, we do?
They were born in Scotland. I'm pretty sure. You have to fact check me, but again, formed in Australia. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Bon Scott, Angus, and who's the other fucking Young? Angus Young and fucking what the fuck? Malcolm Young. I'm 90% sure they were born in Scotland. Can
we go a slight sidetrack with athletes? Is it where they're born or what their nationality is?
It's whoever flies you to the fucking competition. I mean, you go back to like a lot of the legendary Greek weightlifters. Mate, they're not Greek.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, because I was about to compare. Are you about to bring up like the Albanian? I believe Piros Dimas. Oh, where was Kaki Kakashvili from? I think he might have been Albanian too. I hope I'm not talking out my ass.
I'm talking about like Kamsa Shimaev. Fucking
yeah, well, that's what I mean. Again, like he's from his genetics definitely from the Caucasus Mountains. I think he was born there. Obviously, turbulent area. Things are happening in the Caucasus a lot of the time that maybe leads to certain people leaving. And then so I don't know if he ever even had a Swiss passport, but he did have residency there. Because now he represents Abu Dhabi, right?
Yes.
And sorry, was Gout born in Australia, or did he just find himself in Australia very early in his life? I've actually heard two different things this week, and I haven't looked into it for myself. Because obviously we've got the World Championships in Tokyo going on, and obviously as Australians, we're very proud of Gout. But then the comment section's like, well, he's not actually Aussie, is he? And I'm like, well, fucking, what does that even mean, man? Like, fucking.
Oh, wow. I asked ChatGPT and it gave me the gout condition.
Because it's gout. Hold on.
He was born in Queensland, Ipswich.
Nice.
His parents are Sudanese.
Fucking, we got him. I mean, like I said, and anyone who declares their loyalty to Australia in a sporting sense, who's good, I'm like, yeah, come here. But so Gout, okay, he was born on Australian soil. Obviously, people talking shit that he was born elsewhere. Obviously, you know, the genetics come from elsewhere, or I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but yeah, I mean, and so that's what going back to your original question. Yes. Anyone who declares loyalty to Australia, I'm happy for them to represent us. I just want Australia to dominate global sport, and like I said, when you look at most nations, they are like you look at Japan's surf team, it's a Aussie and a Californian with Japanese heritage. But again, like Conor O'Leary, who is, again, one of my favorite surfers, and he reps the Aussie flag and the Japanese flag, but he's not going to represent Australia at the Olympics, whereas I think he just looked at the Japanese. Japan has some great surfing talent, not to the level of Conor O'Leary or Kanoa Igarashi. So Kanoa Igarashi, Japanese heritage, but born in and grew up in like California, Santa Barbara area. But again, Kanoa Igarashi, he's looking at the American surf team. He's like, all right, well, you got John Florence, and you've got who was the other surfer? I mean, to be fair, Kanoa Igarashi, he probably could have had a shot at representing the US, and even in the upcoming Olympiad. When I think about it, he is a top 5 in the world surfer, sort of top 10, top 5 pretty consistently. Wait, okay, so before we get too much into talking about what's happening in Tokyo, let's do a quick training chat. Training in no man's land. Yes. So this sort of started with the Zone 3 conversation. I did a semi-viral post on Zone 3 this week. Shout out to the algorithm, absolutely cleaned house. And it was good training advice. It's like a lot of people, like I was like, Zone 3 is just Zone 2 for people who have jobs, which is very true. If you're going to develop a lot of conditioning, with Zone 2, you need a lot of time to train. Reality is most people just don't have that time. And most people also don't require a completely polarized approach to their training as well. It's like, because that's the thing. Zone 3 is kind of like the zone that gets left out. And like, Jacob, in your mind, who is the godfather of the polarized approach? I sort of immediately go to Charlie Francis, but I don't know. I'm guessing it was someone else that popularized the polarized approach to running training or conditioning training.
Yeah, it was the Norwegians, I think.
Right,
Maybe?
so the Norwegians popularized it.
One of those countries. Yeah.
And like,
for sure.
Again, it sounds sexy and it's definitely got people results. But again, I think it becomes more necessary maybe the more elite you are. But even that I sort of question, because I know some pretty good runners who are crushing a lot of zone 3. And again, this is all down to like, what's a good runner, right? Like, is your idea of a good runner like Jakob Ingebrigtsen, fucking Josh Kerr? Or is your idea of a good runner like me? It's like, yeah, I can crush a 5:20 mile. Is that decent enough at running? Like fucking, I can crush a half marathon with no notice and like, you know, get through it in under 2 hours and not feel too cooked the next day. What's a good runner? But again, so like rather than just debate what a good runner is, let's just talk about the kind of cunts who can make great gains in zone 3. If you haven't done a sub 20-minute 5K, don't fucking talk to me about how you can't make gains running a lot of zone 3. That's exactly where you should probably be doing most of your fucking running, to be honest.
To be honest as well, I think zone 2 is limited
lots of honesty coming at you guys today.
I think zone 2 also for beginners is limited by tissue tolerance. I think the first thing that will go is tissue tolerance, joints, stuff. And if you're hammering a lot of volume, I know you obviously don't give a beginner like marathon level volume at the start, but still, if you can just do slightly
Well, I mean, they can't run in zone
volume,
2, most fucking runners, most beginner runners.
Yeah, exactly.
They put 10 strides together and it's instant zone 3 anyway.
Zone 3. Yeah, you're better off walking with a backpack. So I just think that a lot of the limitations first come to joint structure. So I think zone 3 solves that, where you don't have to crush a lot of volume and you can save the joints, especially at the start, because that's going to be the first roadblock you encounter on your running journey is 100% joints. In my opinion, you're saying that as a heavy man. You've never weighed 75 kilos, I can tell. But again, most people haven't. So most adult males haven't. So I think it's a very good point to bring up. That's the only thing I want to sort of, it's like, if you're a skinny cunt listening to this, or just like a shorter individual who weighs less, like sub 80 kilos, maybe this conversation doesn't apply to you so much. And also people that have never played sport in their childhood or in their adolescence / teenage years, that you don't like, you can just jump straight into it. That is like one of the most underrated bases. Literally, like when I'm talking to like, let's say clients in person, if they did a sport like not too long, 10 years ago, even 10 years ago, you can give them more than just the fresh beginner that's just been in the gym only. Like just being 10 year, you know, push-pull legs. That base compared to some guy that's done sport when they're like either 10 years ago, as more than 10 years ago, they'll handle much more running volume than that. So yeah, that's another factor.
Dude, another area where I think the middle zone is often disregarded completely, plyometrics. Medium tier plyometrics are gold, yet not just half our industry, majority of our industry doesn't even consider it. It's like that. It's either extensive or intensive is how plyometric drills are commonly categorized in terms of their intensity. And this is why the Matt Watson system is fucking goated, because even just having light, medium, and ping tier, it's like it is medium tier where you want majority of your contacts, in my opinion. Again, ping tier, phenomenal for expressing that athleticism, challenging coordination, but medium tier does a pretty good job of that too. And again, it's like light tier, great for introduction, great for warming up more advanced people or more experienced people, but it's that medium tier where it's intense enough to stimulate structural change. You can actually tolerate enough of it to get a serious amount of volume in. Like medium tier is the most useful tier of plyometrics. Yet again, if you're coming at plyometrics from a system, where all your language for categorizing and describing plyometrics is either like extensive, ping. And again, practically what good coaches are doing, good coaches who are unaware of Matt Watson's system, who just have the extensive, intensive language, they're probably calling it like intensive, extensive, or some other fucking weird word for describing it. So like good coaches intuitively would be steering a lot of their athletes to doing a lot of medium tier contacts, but it's just great to have language and a system where you can just describe explicitly what you want, not hoping people will pick up on, oh, extensive, but not too fucking light on the contact. It's like medium tier. It describes exactly what you fucking want. And again, it's just another example of this apparent middle ground, or some wankers like to call it no man's land, that doesn't actually exist. It's not no man's land. It should be called everyone's land, because that's exactly where most people need to be doing their training. Zone 3 cardio, heaps of medium tier plyometrics. The other one I'm going to go, and again, this is a direct attack on the Charlie Francis philosophy, tempo running for improving your max velocity, or at the very least, improving your conditioning so you can actually put in some high quality max velocity work. Again, that was a joke as well, as far as the Charlie Francis slander. Charlie Francis is working with the elite of elite. They probably need to polarize the shit out of whatever they're doing. If you are someone who's not running over 10 meters a second, don't worry about it, cuz tempo running is going to get you quicker. You know how I know that? Because I'm one of those people. It's like kind of quick, not that quick. Again, what's a fast runner? Again, you can all have your definition of that. I'm about 10 meters a second. That's sort of the velocity I'm pushing for to hit my goals this season. I get a lot out of tempo running. Not just from a conditioning perspective, it genuinely makes my max velocity go up. Again, a lot of people are like, well, fuck, you're not running 10 meters a second. Anything will make your max velocity go up. That's the whole fucking point. We are trying to establish a bandwidth of good enough. All we are interested in here is results. Like, what is the work that I can be doing that will get results? And tempo running is not no man's land, despite the fact that it sits right in the middle of things, in that middle ground. And it's where I should be doing the bulk of my work right now, in my opinion. I'm still doing acceleration, still touching some genuine max velocity a little bit. But again, the bulk of my upright running is being developed by these tempo running sessions that I'm really going heavy into over the next 6 weeks.
Is tempo run the zone 2 in the world of sprinting, would you say?
I mean, I'm kind of selling it as the zone 3.
No. What I mean, sorry, not zone 2. I'm not going to use zone. The base building.
Yes.
Of max V.
Very much so. So tempo running is like, how there's a certain speed you have to hit so it looks like sprinting?
Yes.
Again, you can have heaps of debates about like where you draw that line, but it's basically as slow as you can go while still giving something that resembles sprinting mechanics. So getting a bit of front side going on, but you're definitely not thinking things like fucking hammer down into the ground. It's like, no, you're just literally trying to flow through it. But again, you're not trying to push. It has to be the most, and again, it's a great tool, I believe, for like promoting relaxation, which your boy needs it because your boy's not very relaxed, as you can tell. But yeah, tempo running, it's base building, it's developing the conditioning. But again, it's also just like giving you a lot of repetition, because if you do all out max velocity work and you don't have the specific fitness for it developed, it's like, well, congrats, you're going to get like 2 high quality reps. Then you're going to be forced into tempo running due to fatigue. Whereas again, you can just stay fresher, bank more quality repetitions. And again, is it the highest quality max velocity work when you're tempo running? Absolutely not, but just the sheer volume you can put away. And again, I'm one of the biggest peddlers of a minimum effective dose and like a reduction in overall training volume, just so it fits in with your life or so that it frees up time to go play your sport. But again, just understanding the value of training in the middle ground where it's appropriate, it can just get so many people, so many gains. So they're the big ones that are in line with my biases. Zone 3 running, amazing. Medium tier plyometrics, amazing. Tempo running to build your top speed and your conditioning for it, absolutely amazing. Because I was in the gym and I was thinking to myself, I was like, what's the resistance training equivalent? And it hits me. And like, it's not to my biases and there's practical reasons for it. It is your hypertrophy work that is like
3 reps
lower RPE. Yeah, 100%. It's 3 reps in reserve hypertrophy work, and just adding extra sets. But and this is the thing. There's great research that does lead to gains. We know that can produce hypertrophy. I just don't like that style of training. So again, if someone came to me, I'm a big zone 3 advocate right now. If someone came to me like, I hate zone 3 running, I wouldn't make them do it because I know that there's other ways to get quicker. So the same way, yes, okay, the hypertrophy equivalent of this is that lower RPE, higher RIR, higher amount of sets approach to hypertrophy. It just doesn't fit in with our style of programming necessarily for people who have concurrent goals.
You know
we could make it work.
Well, it is. I know you don't have to be accurate. I know RP is not accurate. It's a feeling. But would you say it's a bit harder to leave that many reps in reserve compared to just?
I think you don't have to have that much self-awareness to hit 3 reps in reserve or like something like
fair
enough to it. No, it's really when you're getting 4-5 reps away from failure that things start to get a little bit harder.
I also just think
I'm not that worried about
ball as well.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
This is my whole thing. Like, I don't like it. That's why I don't program my hypertrophy work like that. But I don't want to invalidate it as like saying like, oh, it doesn't fucking work. Because I think so many coaches get caught up in that describing training systems or methodologies that they just don't like due to their subjective biases or their own personal experience. They're like, instead of saying, I don't like this thing, they'll just straight up say it doesn't work. And it's like, that is fucking bullshit. And it's no, like, coaches are too open-minded and listen to people with all these shit opinions and like, pisses me off because then they run into problem-solving issues because they don't have a coherent training model or worldview to help them understand all this shit. And that's why I'm so proud of what we push, especially in the GPP level 1, where it's like, understand everything that works, understand deeply the bandwidth of good enough, and that gives you the biggest tool set possible to meet the individual where they're at and come up with the optimal program, because you can actually pinpoint exactly along that continuum exactly where their preferences align or what fits in with their personal logistics. That's how you maximize adherence, maximize effort over time, and that's how you get the biggest result.
Yes.
But so many cunts are just led by like what they like. And again, it's like, that's probably going to work for a lot of people, but then again, you're not going to be able to help people as much as possible if you just don't understand and respect that full continuum of what works. Then you've got the maximum ability to customize things for people's needs because you understand all these different strategies and their proper application.
Yes, very well put.
We have the most based training system on the planet. I just cannot be more proud of it.
It is. I'd say so, 100%. Funny thing as well, I saw you post the tempo video, and I actually have been beginning to give my clients, like, I just think about a running session when we're talking about, let's say, a fartlecky session where we want a bit higher heart rate. I think about it as just S&C, like your plyos to start.
Okay.
It's all S&C. I get all my clients, I'd get them to run 100 tempos at the start of any session. Fuck it, they get amped. They look at I've got to be faster. 18 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. When you say fartlek, what do you mean? Because I know what fartlek means, but like, how much are you playing with it?
Oh, like just run fast, run slow.
The translation of fartlek is speed play, right? And it's meant to be highly auto-regulated, like kind of like, oh, feeling good for a little bit, caught a vibe on my playlist, let me open up for a bit. Or is it like meant to be
it's
more
not
structured than that?
It is meant to be that less structures, more surges, I think. Like if you just say, hey, 8Ks and just give me some surges throughout. But no, this is a bit more structured. How many
surges do you expect? Like a surge every K? So you are giving a bit more explicit.
No, a bit more structure. Yeah, that's what they pay me for. They were like, yeah, I want to be told what to do.
Tell me what to do. Like, don't just say go out there and play with it.
Yeah, hey, just vibe with it. I'll be like, whatever, 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off. Anyway, that's like fartlecky. And then like it'd be like 8 out of 10 and 4 out of 10. That's the real like simple way. Or like medium to hard to easy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No nice. Paces, like especially outside of season, or outside of races and stuff like that. But as I was getting back to it, it's all S&C. Like, if they had a sled, I'd get them to do some fucking sled work at the start.
Yeah.
It all feeds into each other. Plyometrics at the start, run some hundreds, get into the main body of the work, cool down, 10-minute jog, bit of zone 2 stimulus or easy work. What a session. It's a much better packaged session than being like we're hitting X pace for X amount of time for this, and then rest this. Like, fuck, man, they just want to go out there and vibe, you know?
Yeah.
They feel sick, you know? I'm giving you all this running, and I want you to feel sick. You know, we worked on this shit, and you're like, fuck, 17 seconds or some shit like that.
I'll tell you what felt a little bit disingenuous about the Zone 3 post. Just when people are like, oh, what heart rate zone is that? Or like, do you wear a heart rate monitor? I'm like, no, I've actually never fucking run the zone in my life.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant medium. Like, fucking running at a medium effort. Like,
yellow light training. Yellow light training.
Like, it's not a crime to not be able to auto-regulate, but I just like, I get pretty triggered when people like, I don't know how to figure out my RPE. I'm like, what the, like, how mentally checked out are you? And I'm pretty mentally checked out. Like, you know, I'm pretty off with the fairies, but like,
I think it's just
fuck me, I can rate a set on 1 to 10. Yeah, no, because that's what I start to think. I'm like, what the fuck have you been told? Like, what the fuck have you been told where like you feel like you have no personal responsibility or autonomy or decision making throughout this process? Like, what do you mean you don't know how hard you're working? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
and even if you do fuck it up, like it's a learning lesson.
Doesn't matter.
Pointed back in the right direction. Yes,
because again,
100%.
Just trying to be in the bandwidth of good enough. And like, again, even my view of it is as well. If you're incapable of going for a fucking jog and telling me you can't tell me if that was easy, medium, or hard, I think that's even more reason why. I mean, you need to go to fucking therapy at that point. Like, no, 100%. I mean, I think even if you can rate your RPEs, you should probably go to therapy because it's just like, it's like pretty helpful. And again, is a step towards developing some self-awareness. Again, am I the most self-aware person on the planet? Absolutely not. I just know I had less self-awareness before going to therapy because you say some crazy shit and there's just some professional opposite you giving you a look like that was some crazy fucking shit you just said. And that's going to stay between us, but you need to fucking change the way you're thinking about things. And even pre-therapy, Angus could tell you if you went easy, medium, or hard, you know? And so when people are like, I don't know if that was easy, medium, or hard, it's just like, fuck. Like, again, like, that's mental illness at its peak.
Yeah. The most surefire way. The surefire way.
Do you agree? Tell me if I'm being unreasonable.
It is true. It's just people want to be sure. It's the certainty in it. But you got to be
people say like, oh no, but I've gone out and done RPE 7 and then I added 5 pounds and I failed. I'm like, come on, man. You have to know how it feels.
You just got to connect the dots. Sometimes people are stupid. Let's be real. But the biggest thing is just do a hard run. Just fucking run hard for one session, and then you'll go, wow, that was hard.
Give yourself some
I know
content.
what easy is.
Run as hard as you can, and then run as slow as possible without walking. And then like the distance between those, like halfway between that distance is your medium tier. And
trust me, I'll tell you when you know you want some easy running, when you just finish a hard interval session in the middle of your workout, and then I tell you to cool down, then you'll slow the fuck down. And then you go, 6 minute 20. All right. Fuck.
You know where it is hard to develop the medium ground? That took me a while for sure. But I knew what I was hunting for. I knew that I didn't have the medium tier. It's plyometrics. Like, and that's why I love the crescendo leaps. Yeah. Crescendo, decrescendo leaps, because again, a lot of people who are lacking experience and exposure to plyometric training, you see it. They've got a couple of light ones in their set, and then they just got hard as fuck leaps. Whereas you're like, nah, come on, like smooth out that crescendo for me. And then they do sort of find a true medium tier. Even like I'm pretty competent, I think, at hanging at a medium intensity with my plyometrics, but somewhere where I still know that I'm developing a more intimate awareness of my dynamic ranges on the decrescendo. So like, pyramiding up in intensity, I can do that smoothly. And there's definitely some reps you can identify on the way there that are 100% bang on medium tier. But then when I try to decrescendo, a lot of the time it just goes from like ping level leap all the way to a light leap. It's getting smoother, but like finding medium tier on the decrescendo
on the way down. Yeah.
Gets me.
I agree.
Gets me. Phenomenal exercise for developing some dynamic range there.
Yeah. No, that's very true. I mean, yeah, that'd be harder to be like, oh, the pink tier, easy. Yeah, that is true. Finding that middle ground. It's like it feels hard, but it's not like, ooh, my joints are feeling spicy here, sort of thing. I'm coming here from a heavy lens, but you know.
Yeah, heavy body. It's sexy tier. It's when things go from like you're feeling like a little bit all over the shop or you're trying your hardest, then it comes back into that sort of sexy under command range. So speaking of sexy, can we talk about Mondo, the pole vaulting king?
Yeah.
Actually, shout out to Curtis Marshall. Fucking got
what a life, man. Just
Australia.
PBing every day, second. PBing yourself every second.
It's awesome. One thing I will say. So just for anyone who's unaware, which if you're unaware, this is disgusting in my opinion. Mondo has been breaking the pole vault world record at will. I think he's single-handedly put 16 centimeters on the world record now. So I believe the first world record that he got was 6:14. He took us into the 6:15s. Can you just fact check that and find me what was Mondo's first world record? But again, he's just been adding it because he gets paid by the Swiss government, I assume, every time he breaks the world record. So he's just been breaking it by a centimeter at every single contest he shows up to. So it was his 16th.
So in February 2020, his first world record was 6.17, and then his latest world record was 6.3.
Oh, so it's 14 centimeters, that he's put on the world record. So this is his 14th world
13.
record.
Oh, yeah.
Depends whether you count that centimeter or not. Whatever, 13 to 14. So many of the world records, he's cleared by a fucking country mile. This was the first one where I'm like, fuck, we're really starting to run out of pole, you know? Like, he is so vertical off that stick. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll be very surprised if this is his last world record. I reckon he can get to like 6:35. But I think we might be starting to get to the point where we're going to see Mondo miss a couple of back-to-back world record attempts. Because that just hasn't been happening. He's just been crushing it. Like, all right, put the world record on. Here you fucking go. Like, that's how he's been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years. I think we're finally getting to the point where we're like, all right, like, where are you going to leave that thing? He's still young, still got plenty of years in him. But like I said, it's just when you look at photos of him coming off the stick, you're like, how the hell are you going to get any higher, man? Like, it's just crazy. Go to the World Athletics page if you want to see it. I think they've got that photo of him at his apex. They've definitely got footage of it.
So you're telling me that he's incrementally adding like centimeters so he can get paid more from the Swedish government when he knows he has more in the tank? Fuck.
Yeah, that's good. So, idea. And this is,
I'm sure they
I'm always happy to see athletes getting paid, but I want to see, and I understand why countries do this, but I think for the sporting community, I would like to see countries rejig their incentive structure, because this is also why we never saw a 500 kilo weightlifting total from Lasha Talahadze, the legendary super heavyweight from Georgia, who's arguably the greatest weightlifter of all time. Again, subjective. Part of the reason why we never saw his full potential is because, again, the Georgian government paid him per record, not per kilo. So he could have snatched 230 fucking years ago, but he never did it because he was like, well, fuck. I think when Lasha started really making waves internationally, Bedad Salimi, or however you say it, set the world record at 217 kilos, and Lasha hit 218, 219, 220, 221, 222, 23, 224, 225. Could have hit 225 the whole fucking time. I think he hit 230 in training, sorry. I believe the world record is still 225 kilos. But again, like, he was just there to get the check off the Georgian government. He was like, again, not getting paid per kilo, getting paid per record. So I want to make sure I can hit just a 1 kilo fucking record every time. But it was just like, I just wanted the Georgian government to pull him aside and be like, hey, like, okay, we'll pay you per fucking kilo, or whatever it is. Same with Mondo. Swiss government, come on, man. Just like, let's find out what he's got in the tank. Because I understand from the government's perspective, they're like, well, no, because through this, we incentivize him to be like world champion for longer and just to
less time at number one. Yeah.
Like that. So like, yeah, but it just as a sports fan and as a fan of human excellence, it breaks my heart. It actually breaks my heart. Because it's fucking up our pole vault, it's fucking up our weightlifting. It's
how is money always involved? Everything, fuck. Yeah, it's just
everything's underpinned by economics and politics, and that's why I get a little bit G'd up when people are like, keep politics out of sport. I'm like, what do you fucking mean? Like, sport is inherently political. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. Fucking, let's get back to talking about world records. What other legendary performances? Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, fucking legendary. Sha'Carri has been absolutely outclassed by her fellow countrywoman, who I hadn't actually heard of before, but she ran a crazy fucking time. It was in like the 10.6s or something like that. Silly fucking fast.
Hey everyone, it's Harvey from the High Performance Podcast here. For those of you who don't know, I take care of all of the editing, guest booking, organising, run sheet making, uploading, and just about any other back-end stuff that you can think of for the show. If you have a podcast project that you think I might be able to help you with, or even if you'd just like to chat about an idea, please get in touch via my Instagram handle, which can be found in the show notes. Drop me a DM and we can talk more there. Cheers.
Melissa Jefferson Wooden? 10.61. That is ridiculously fucking fast.
Holy crap. 10.61? Sheesh.
10.49 is the world record. Fuck me. And that is a world record. Like, that is an untouchable. God damn it, that is quick. Yeah, Melissa. She's a real one. That like, okay, so like, that is like, we're talking like, you know, if you're more familiar with men's track and field, we're talking like two guys have been in. It's basically the equivalent of running in the 9.6s, high 9.6s. Yeah, really, really, really good. Australian sprinters in the 100. Rowan Browning did not have his best innings, which was sad because he was looking fucking good. He's had some good performances this year. And I'm always getting excited at the prospect of an Aussie going sub 10, especially with like Lockie Kennedy getting it this year. And like I said, Rowan Browning has been in all-time shape.
Is this Jack Edwards?
Yeah, so Jack Edwards is coaching him now, and like I said, the training. I'm not sure how long he's been working with Jack because I don't know when he shifted over, but had some good bits of really productive training. Like, I know things were going really, really well. I'm not sure if Jack was handling him for taking care of his training heading into nationals, where again Rowan Browning took out the national title. Like, again, beating Lockie Kennedy. Like a month before Lockie went out and ran his sub 10. Like, all of our boys were in phenomenal shape. I'm pretty so this is the thing, like, because Lockie Kennedy, he had a quad injury flare up or something like that, so he wasn't at the World Championships, but obviously he's had like the season of his fucking life. At some point over the next couple of years, the Australian team is going to put together like a pretty scary looking 4x100 team. Where, yeah, as much as I'm so here for the individual,
who will be in there?
Of people like Lockie Kennedy, Rowan Browning, Gout, like there's others as well. There's some as a party bloke. I'm a bit of a track pleb still when it comes to all the names and things like that, but yeah. Liam Adcock as well. He underperformed at the World Championships. Fuck, has discus gone yet? Matty Denny's sort of good chance at winning a world title. I'd love to see him get a world title. I don't think the discus has been yet. Bree Masters, she didn't have her best showing. Shout out. Oh, sorry, it's Bree Rizzo now. Shout out to Matt Rizzo's wife. But yeah, she again had some phenomenal form over the last year, some all-time performances. Didn't have her best showing at Tokyo. It's so hard for the stars really do have to align to get these ridiculous running PBs and stuff like that. Trying to
has
hit
the 400 meter gone?
No, the heats have. at least the heats for the women. I'm assuming the heats for the men have gone as well. We're up to the semis in the 200. So Gout is through to the semis. Wasn't the easiest, but again, we're seeing there's this Jamaican bloke. Fuck, what's his name? The Jamaicans have this 200 guy who is in like insane form right now. Like, I don't think he's a shot at the world record or anything like that, but it wouldn't be the most shocking thing ever if you beat Van Niekerk's. Oh, sorry, it'd be pretty hectic. Van Niekerk's world record was fucking silly. But yeah, running some crazy quick times there on the 400.
Michael Johnson runs 400. Wow, I didn't know that, or did. So I'm just looking at the world records. Yeah,
he had the world record for ages. Did you watch the boxing over the weekend?
I sure did. Yep.
Fuck, that was a good performance by Terence Crawford. I mean, it was really, I don't know, it was weird. I sort of spoke to my dad. Dad thought the fight was boring. I thought it was highly entertaining, but then maybe I was just caught up in the idea of like watching Canelo lose. I'm not a Canelo hater. I'm a Canelo appreciator, but like seeing someone stick it to Canelo is just crazy. Because again, not many people have managed to do it.
Yeah. I think also, what were your thoughts on the walkout music from Terence Crawford being Ilia Topuria?
Heaps funny as well. When he got questioned about it after, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know Ilia walked out to that." So phenomenal bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I love that. The disrespect was unreal. Really, really good work from Terence. Because again, I love Ilia Topuria. But again, like, just defend your fucking belt. Like, that's how you can... I'm not entertained by watching him getting pieced up by Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, by however he wants.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like... Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. I was about to say Terence would do better in an MMA match than Ilya would do against him in a boxing match. That's probably 100%. Not the case, but like...
No, 100%.
I mean, maybe.
He has a wrestling background.
Supposedly, he has a bit of wrestling in him, and you see it. So fucking.
Did we watch the same video?
Spinning Canelo around when you have those underhooks. Nah, it's been discussed for a long time. It's been discussed since fucking before he pieced up Errol Spence. But yeah, it's one of the best boxing performances I've ever seen. I know Canelo's not in his prime, but to see someone do that to Canelo was still just absolutely breathtaking. I thought all the worries that people had about like him not being able to eat shots from Canelo and not being able to handle the punishment upper weight class, absolutely not the case. He looked more than comfortable in there. Like Canelo was throwing some heat back his way. I guess Crawford just, I mean, yes, he saw a lot of it coming, but he also got clocked a few times. People always hype up Canelo's chin, and it is arguably one of the better chins we've ever seen in combat sports. Tell you what, Terence Crawford has never been dropped either. Oh, someone did drop. Sorry, he has been dropped once, but the ref counted it as a slip. And it was the guy who he said at the press conference after when they're like, how hard does Canelo hit? He shouted out one of his previous opponents who had technically dropped him. But yeah, Crawford has a chin on him too, especially going up weight classes. Like that is going to help with the chin, help your ability to absorb punishment. But Canelo has put it on a lot of people, you know, just absolutely disciplined them. To the point where they can't be as active, but Crawford was playing with him in moments, which was just wild to see. It's really, really happy for Crawford to finally get his flowers.
Yeah, I feel like he wasn't a really known. Well, he was known, but not.
No, he's not. For how good he is, he's not mainstream getting the recognition. Exactly. And again, that's why this was so personal for him. That Canelo has been the darling of the establishment for so long. And again, this fight was set up for Canelo to look amazing, but Crawford
definitely passed the torch down.
I'm that guy. I don't think they'll be able to get Crawford back in there. I reckon he's done.
Yeah, for sure. Also, guys, just before we wrap up, I'm checking my Garmin history, and it was 54, not 50. I don't know what the fuck I was reading on my run.
That's quick as fuck though. So you ran you were tired and you run a 54 400.
Oh, I did some easy work. Easy. Yeah.
You need to run a hard 400 ASAP. I need to know what the time is.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I don't know get your numbers up. 54 is still crazy. And if you can get 52 or something like that, that is fucking crazy work. Fucking Chris Dale will be fucking sniffing around your office.
Yeah, I have like my sprinting mechanics is probably dog shit too, but
that's even better. I mean, how much does it fucking matter?
I have a lot of pain tolerance.
It's a stopwatch sport, not a fucking. It's a stopwatch sport, not a beauty pageant.
True, exactly. But yeah.
All right, if you want to train like us and be a legend, sign up to the GPP team. It's cheap as hell. Great deal. If you want to be a really good coach, sign up to GPP Level 1 and get involved there. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.